Welcome to my ePortfolio. This is where I've posted all of my work for the past long time for planning. So I'm just going to give you a quick walkthrough of everything I've done so far, starting with the home page. As you can see, it's kind of simple. I didn't really want to jazz it up too much, kind of straight to the point. I have a little thing up here that just brings out a menu, go through like the 3 different pages I have. Come down here, we have all the most recent posts, the big one on top, and going down. I chose this style because these are all pictures that either I or my mom took, and they're all really cool. So, I just wanted to have them prominently featured on the home page when I did post them. Yeah, we have a recent post section over here. Again, over here we have all the posts I've done. Yeah, there are a couple of projects that I'm probably most proud of. Probably one of the projects I'm most proud of is my university trip vlog. I had a lot of fun making it. I got to see UBC more in depth than I've ever seen it before. I got to explore a lot more than I usually do. When I go there, it's usually for soccer and stuff, but I actually got to see what people actually do at UBC. I visited the BD Biodiversity Museum and a bunch of the other buildings like forestry and pharmaceutical sciences. You can check this out. It was really fun to make. It really opened my eyes to kind of a lot more about what students thought about UBC and what UBC was actually all about. So that was fun for me, and I thought it turned out pretty well, so it's a win-win for everybody. Another project I'm really proud of is the All About Me PowerPoint that I did. This is my All About Me PowerPoint. It's pretty fun. Just goes through like my intelligences. There's a bunch of fun ones there. There's the true colors as well. It's like a personality assessment. My top 5 hobbies. Ultimate, definitely number 1. Super fun. Played this team again. It's great. Camping. This is Manning Park in February last year. It was -6 the whole time. It was super fun. This is a camp with venturers. I do play the drums. Sometimes I play the drums with my friends. Music is always something that's really fun for me. Listening to music, there you go. Building stuff has always been something that I've enjoyed and been good at, so I put it in my slideshow. It does say I'm secretly a 6-year-old on the inside, which is true. My favorite movie is Interstellar. It has to do with a lot of astrophysics and has some really fun concepts. It just challenges you to use your brain during the movie, which I think is really good. Also, it has to do with space, which is a big interest of mine. I'm on track for this goal. Haven't done this one yet. Should definitely get around to doing it, but haven't yet. I went cross-country skiing, so that's a start. I still want to do this one. I've definitely improved in Ultimate. Yeah, I've gone from kind of like a bench warmer to one of the more key players, so I'm very proud of myself for that. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I think did that. Lastly, one of my favorite projects to do was the project on challenging male stereotypes in media. This is probably one of the most ridiculous ads I've ever seen in my life. Proved my point perfectly. Yeah. You're not a man. It's all good stuff. Just perfect. Yeah, it just kind of challenged the toxic male stereotypes that are constantly present in media and getting enforced on men, like abs and women, all that fun stuff. So yeah, and then I found a couple of really fun stuff like the Lynx Find Your Magic campaign. That was kind of cool. And this guy talking about being sensitive. Yeah, it's a really fun one to write. It was a fun one to make. Fun one to write. I mean, some of the points kind of proved themselves for me. It wasn't very hard. What my ePortfolio kind of challenged me to do is with a lot of these, like the stereotypes in media Padlet and the depression Padlet and the spring break trip too, it kind of forced me to actually apply the things that I know how to do. So like to think critically for how male stereotypes are a negative influence for guys. Like I never really saw myself actually writing those things down until I was forced to. But I'm glad that I did, because it kind of opened my eyes to how I felt about it myself, something that I hadn't really spent the time to do. And with like depression, I learned a lot about like how people thought that people who were depressed were actually possessed by the devil. That was a fun one to learn about. And yeah, with the spring break trip, like learning how easy it is actually to, I mean, obviously, theoretically, how easy it is on paper to actually get all the building blocks of a good trip down. I think that's an important thing, especially growing up and getting older. Because if I'm going to want to do travel, which I probably am, that's something that's important to have. So, yeah. I guess really all of the things on here were challenging me in a way that I wouldn't do, especially the graduation plan one. I, until this point, had never really thought about how I was actually going to get into university or even analyzed what I was doing, but now that I have done that, it's kind of reassurance that I know I'm doing the right thing for myself, because I am on the right track and I can see that now, and that's really good for me. So when I went back to do this, like to fix things afterwards, I didn't really have a lot to change. There weren't really a whole bunch of comments and anything, which was good. Made my life a whole bunch easier. I did update my resume to give it dates, and since then I have updated it further, but I still kept the other one just because it was tailored to the job I was applying for and the hypothetical situation. So that was good. But other than that, yeah, a lot of it was the same. I made sure that everything was working properly, which it is. Planning as a whole, I think online courses for me, it's kind of been a learning experience. Not for me. I think a clear indicator of that is that it's May and I'm supposed to be done by like December. So something I've learned about myself is that I don't have the kind of self-regulation to do this online and like trust myself to do the work, which is something that I'm definitely going to have to work on, especially going forward. Yeah, like there's a gap in there between, I think, the career research project and the spring break trip, where there was like a 4-month gap where I just didn't do anything, and that really wasn't good. I spent most of my spring break working on this, and now I'm back at it again after about 4 weeks of not doing anything. So yeah, now I know planning is itself. I know it's getting updated. I don't know what's changing in it. I think a lot of things to change would be doing more stuff that uses online, like software, and having to do it yourself rather than like the repetitive of like the reading stuff and then doing the quiz and then reading stuff and doing the quiz, because that it is easy, but it got super repetitive, and I don't know, I thought it was kind of, it's one of the things that kind of stopped me from doing it. It wasn't very engaging for me. Like, I know that the course itself is not something that's particularly interesting to focus on, but that especially was hard for me to plow through just because it was such a uncreative way of doing that, of kind of getting the course material across with just writing and then a quiz. I feel like more interactive or visual stuff, especially for me, who, as you saw in the All About Me PowerPoint, was not a very visual learner. Like, I'm more of a auditory kind of kinesthetic learner. So I think one thing to do would be to kind of tailor it more to people who need more of that kind of support. So yeah, I guess this is it. We're finally done planning. Yay! Rejoice. There we go. Overall, it was pretty fun. Well, as fun as it could be. I made it fun for myself. Got to show off some of my photos and stuff. It wasn't the worst. It wasn't my favorite thing to do. But, you know, I think the real challenge for me was just getting it done. And I finally did it. So go me. Anyway, thanks for watching this little run through of my ePortfolio. Hope you enjoyed. Yeah, feel free to check it out even further. I don't know how much of this you didn't see. It's all fairly good stuff, I hope. I hope you enjoy. Yeah.